Have you ever seen a farm model that operates without any costs? It sounds unbelievable, right? But in fact, many farmers have successfully applied a model that combines raising cows, raising ducks, and growing crops, saving a lot of costs. If you don't believe it, watch this video to find out how farmers run their farms. You can see here is a farm raising ducks for eggs. They are foraging for earthworms in the soil. It seems that these ducks really like to eat worms. So, how to raise these earthworms for duck food? The first step to earthworm composting is livestock manure, which farmers collect from cow sheds. This can be from family farms or neighboring farms. On modern farms, barn cleaning is done by automated robots or specialized equipment. On smaller farms, farmers often collect cow manure manually. Cow manure is collected in a designated area to prepare for further processing. The cow manure is collected and left to decompose for several days, which reduces its heat and ammonia content, which can be harmful to earthworms. The manure is mixed with other organic materials such as straw, leaves, or kitchen waste to form a balanced substrate. Farmers create worm beds using wooden boxes, pits, or concrete cages with proper drainage. The beds can be supplemented with bedding materials such as shredded newspaper, dry leaves, or coconut coir to maintain moisture. Once the cow manure has decomposed, farmers introduce worms into the beds, which consume the organic matter and excrete nutrient-rich waste. Each bed needs to maintain a humidity level of around 60 to 70% to ensure optimal worm activity. The worms will decompose the cow manure into high-quality compost in about 30 to 45 days. Compost made from earthworms is rich in nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are beneficial to plants. This type of compost is applied directly to vegetable or food crop farms, helping to optimize plant growth. It also provides natural nutrients without the need for chemical fertilizers, thereby reducing organic waste and preventing pollution. When the compost is dark and fluffy, it is harvested and used to enrich the soil for growing plants. The worms are separated and used as feed for farm animals, typically ducks. Earthworms are considered an excellent source of protein, containing about 60 to 70% protein along with essential amino acids that help ducks grow optimally and improve meat quality. Farmers say that ducks consuming earthworms daily will improve their growth and muscle development, increase egg production in laying ducks, and enhance immunity and digestion. Furthermore, the method of combining earthworm farming with duck farming helps farmers save on commercial feed costs, thereby increasing their income. It also creates a self-sustaining ecosystem, in which cow dung and duck manure are used to feed worms and worms are used to feed ducks. In addition to using earthworms to feed ducks, farmers also raise worms as feed for chickens. Commonly raised worms are red earthworms, African earthworms, and Indian greenworms. They not only have the ability to reproduce quickly and have high nutritional value, but are also larger in size and adapt easily to the rearing environment. Currently, earthworm farming for poultry is often done on small-scale or private farms and has not been expanded to large-scale farms. However, agricultural experts also affirm that this is an environmentally friendly, cost-saving, and nutritious solution for poultry farming. It also helps to process large amounts of cow manure on farms and reduce the pressure from the livestock industry on the environment and ecosystem. Many people think that pig farming is one of the most expensive forms of livestock farming because of the high cost of feed. However, there are farms that have developed a unique pig farming model that does not spend a penny on feed. This is a circular farming model that not only saves money, but also brings high productivity, increasing income for farmers. Now, let's explore with us how American farmers raise thousands of pigs using a circular model. Currently, there are many cost-effective methods of raising pigs, but they are not suitable for commercial farming because pigs grow poorly due to insufficient protein and minerals. However, pigs raised with black soldier flies are different because they can grow faster and have higher meat quality than other farming models. So, how do farmers combine pig farming with black soldier flies? Pig farming in the United States is considered one of the most modern livestock industries in the world, with the pork industry contributing more than $62 billion to the U.S. economy. Pig feed is mainly made from fish meal and soybean meal, but these ingredients depend on the soybean farming and seafood fishing industries. At times, when soybean prices increase, the cost of animal feed increases, directly affecting the economy of pig farmers. As the cost of animal feed increases, many pig farmers are in a difficult situation, and many farms have even gone bankrupt. Therefore, many farmers have to find other solutions to overcome this situation. And raising black soldier flies as pig feed has been applied by many farmers. Because before, American farmers mainly used black soldier flies as chicken feed. Now, it has expanded further in the animal feed processing industry. Black soldier flies are known to be one of the most efficient waste recyclers in the insect world. Unlike regular flies, black soldier flies do not have mouths, so they are incapable of transmitting bacteria and diseases, minimizing risks to human and animal health. Adult black soldier flies have a single purpose: to lay eggs. The resulting larvae can feed on a variety of organic waste and pig waste, quickly converting organic waste and pig manure into protein. After hatching, black soldier fly larvae take only 10 to 14 days to fully develop. At this mature stage, the larvae become livestock feed, providing a protein-rich food source for pigs. Currently, many farms combine pig farming with black soldier flies to reduce feed costs and help livestock grow better. Black soldier flies are rich in protein, which increases the growth rate of pigs and improves the quality of their meat. Farmers say that since feeding pigs black soldier flies, they reach market size 1.5 to 2 months earlier, thereby reducing feed and labor costs. Moreover, the amount of fat is also significantly reduced, leading to higher lean meat production in pigs, which in turn will increase their price. In addition to providing a high-protein food source and supplementing farmers' income, black soldier flies can be used to clean up large amounts of bio-waste, such as fruit and vegetable waste from markets and livestock waste. These types of waste will cause a nuisance to people with unpleasant odors if not properly treated. Not only providing high-quality feed for pig farming, black soldier fly larvae also have many uses, such as waste treatment to create high-quality organic fertilizer. Black soldier fly larvae are voracious insects in the natural world. With just 1 square meter, larvae can eat up to 40 kilograms of fresh pig manure per day, and every 100 kilograms of manure can produce 18 kilograms of larvae. With large-scale livestock farms, livestock waste treatment is no longer a burden for farmers. When fed organic waste and manure, black soldier flies produce nitrogen-rich manure that can be used as a high-performance fertilizer. Some studies have shown that corn farms treated with black soldier fly manure produced 14% higher yields than farms treated with conventional commercial organic fertilizer. Nowadays, pig farming in a rotational model combined with black soldier fly farming has become one of the most effective, cost-saving, and profitable forms of farming. This form of farming is also expanding worldwide, with the goal of being sustainable and environmentally friendly. Because pig waste can pollute the environment and promote climate change. But with black soldier fly larvae, this situation has been effectively reduced. How do you feel about this video? Leave your comments below to let us know. For many people, using honey products is simple and easy, but for farmers who make a living harvesting wild honey, it is a big challenge. To harvest a few kilos of honeybees, they may have to climb trees or cliffs thousands of meters high. In this video, let's explore with us how farmers harvest millions of tons of honey. Honey harvesting is often done in regions such as the Himalayas, Andes, or other mountainous regions. These areas are home to a wide variety of plants and flowers that are favored by bees, resulting in unique honeys with distinct flavors and properties. In Southeast Asia, there are also indigenous people who make a living by harvesting wild honey. But it is not as simple as going into the forest to find beehives. Honey harvesters also have to climb up ancient trees hundreds of meters high to collect liters of wild honey. You see, for those who are afraid of heights, this job is a real torture. Honey harvesters have to climb very high trees, and you can imagine the consequences of an unforgettable fall, right? Of course, this job is only for those who are physically fit enough to do it. Farmers face harsh weather conditions, including cold temperatures, high winds, and thin air, which make climbing and harvesting honey difficult. In addition, steep slopes and rugged terrain add an element of danger, requiring the use of ropes, ladders, and other climbing equipment. Southeast Asia is one of the regions with many forests, mountains, and ancient trees, along with rich vegetation that attracts many types of honeybees to live and develop. In places with higher terrain, honey is often produced by giant bees of large size and aggressive nature. These bees build large nests in tall, ancient trees away from predators and human activity. The honey they produce, the extract, is highly valued for its unique properties and medicinal properties. The process of harvesting honey begins with the smoke to drive the bees out of the hive, a process that is done very carefully to avoid angering the bees. Once the bees are subdued, the farmers carefully cut open the hive to collect the precious honey and bee larvae. The honey is collected in large baskets and containers, which are then carefully lowered into the ground using ropes. This process can take several hours, and farmers have to work quickly to avoid any accidents. In many mountain communities, the collection of wild honey is not only a source of livelihood, but also a cultural tradition passed down through generations. The economic value of this honey is very high and increases every year on the international market, thus making it an important source of income for highland communities. So, do you know what the most expensive honey in the world is? In 2021, Centauri was recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most expensive honey in the world. The price of regular Centauri honey is many times higher than other high-end honey, at $10,800 per kilogram. The special type, Emerald, can cost up to $1.1 million per kilogram and takes up to 15 years to harvest. You know, the process of harvesting Centauri honey is one of the reasons why it is so expensive. Because Centauri beehives grow in caves with high cliffs up to 3,000 meters above sea level and 50 kilometers away from residential areas. Each year, only 15 kilograms of Centauri honey is harvested to ensure the brand value and preserve this rare bee breed. One of the more popular but still more expensive types of honey is Manuka honey. This honey is produced by bees that pollinate the flowers of the Manuka tea tree in New Zealand and Australia. This honey is dark, rich, and considered to be beneficial to health. A 230-gram jar of Manuka honey once sold for nearly $5,000 during the camellia season. In addition to honey, farmers also harvest royal jelly, which is equally expensive. Royal jelly is a nutritious substance produced by worker bees to feed the queen bee and its developing larvae. The production process involves culturing queen bee larval cells. Royal jelly production in a cultured environment is a sustainable and controlled method of production outside of traditional beehives. In this method, the culture medium is designed to mimic the conditions inside a beehive, providing the nutrients and environment necessary for worker bees to produce royal jelly. This medium typically contains sugars, proteins, vitamins, and other essential nutrients that stimulate the hypopharyngeal glands of bees. This process not only increases royal jelly production, but also reduces the reliance on large bee populations, making it a more efficient and scalable method. Looking at this image, we all think that these farmers are having a bumper fish harvest, but in fact, it is not like that. These are Thai people who are carrying out the task of catching invasive black tilapia. Thousands of tons of fish have been removed by the government and people in river basins across 19 provinces. So, what are the harmful effects of black tilapia and how do farmers deal with them? Let's explore with us in this video. Many years ago, tilapia was considered an uncontrollable invasive species in Southeast Asia and China. But today, they are the main aquaculture species for economic development in these areas. Each year, millions of tons of tilapia are raised and harvested to serve the needs of domestic consumption and export. However, no one expected that a new species of tilapia to invade this area. The black chen tilapia is also becoming a terrible invasive species, typically in Thailand. Most recently, people in Thailand caught more than 1,300 tons of invasive black tilapia. This fish is considered highly destructive and has seriously affected the country's fisheries. Native fish species, which are more valuable in local markets, are gradually being replaced by black tilapia in the catch. This has caused a decline in the quality of aquaculture and reduced the income of local farmers. The estimated economic damage caused by black chen tilapia in Thailand is at least $293 million per year. According to reports, this invasive fish has spread to more than 19 provinces in Thailand. They can spawn up to 500 at a time and damage the ecosystem in rivers, swamps, canals by hunting small fish, shrimp, and other small creatures. Many native species in river areas are significantly declining, forcing the government to take appropriate control measures to prevent more serious consequences that may occur. Black chen tilapia, a fish native to West Africa, was first discovered in Thai rivers in 2010 and has spread rapidly in the past 8 years. It is also considered a pest in the US state of Florida and the Philippines. To address the invasive black tilapia, the Thai government has declared the eradication of the species a national priority. That is, control of black tilapia must be a priority, are now at the forefront. The government has also begun to encourage people to consume them by eating them. This method of turning invasive animals into food is now considered most effective for areas with many invasive animals. In Phetchaburi province in central Thailand, many promotional activities have taken place to use black tilapia as food. In addition, many food processing brands have also processed dishes from black tilapia and brought them to the market for consumption. In addition, the Thai government also paid fishermen 11 baht, about 50 cents per kilogram. This policy was very effective as it promoted Thai people's pest control efforts, not only providing them with food, but also a new source of income. As a result, in a short period of time, Thai farmers caught more than 1,300 tons of invasive black-chin tilapia. In addition, localities also release predators to hunt black tilapia with the aim of controlling the number of this species. In addition to encouraging people to consume black tilapia meat, Thailand also takes many other measures to thoroughly control the number of this fish species. Farming of black tilapia or their release into the wild is also prohibited and strictly controlled. The Thai Department of Fisheries has established surveillance programs to monitor the spread of black tilapia in freshwater and brackish water systems. This way, the Thai government can easily take measures to prevent and control the invasive species. Authorities have also tightened regulations on the import and movement of non-native fish species, including black tilapia. These regulations are aimed at preventing the introduction of new invasive species and controlling the movement of black tilapia between regions. Do you think consuming black tilapia is the best way to control this animal? Although controlling invasive species is never easy and very expensive, the Thai people may be successful in limiting the development of this fish. Since freshwater fish is part of the culinary tradition in Southeast Asia, consuming black tilapia is not an obstacle for the Thai people. They have also processed it into many dishes with different flavors. When it is accepted by the consumer market, the number of black tilapia will decrease is only a matter of time. We have just watched how Thai people deal with invasive tilapia. How do you feel about today's video? Leave your comments below. For farmers in Southeast Asia, toads are a nutritious and expensive delicacy. However, in Australia, they are considered an invasive species that must be eradicated. So, why don't Australians turn invasive toads into a valuable food item to make it easier to control them? Let's find out in this video. Cane toads were introduced to Australia in 1935 from Hawaii to control sugarcane pests, but due to favorable climate, the toad population grew rapidly. Over the past decade, cane toads have become one of the most destructive invasive species in Australia. Since their introduction, cane toads have spread throughout northern Australia, including Queensland, the Northern Territory, and parts of Western Australia and New South Wales. They continue to expand their range and spread at an estimated rate of 40 to 60 kilometers per year. To control this pest, Australian authorities have issued many measures to control them. One of the measures to control cane toads is to use traps. This is the most common method used by both professionals and community groups to kidnap sugarcane. Because traps can catch large numbers of cane toads in the wild, trapping toads is usually done at night because this is the time they are mainly active. Some hunters also use guns to hunt toads. Sounds unbelievable, right? This is completely true in Australia, but only a few hunters use this method because it is quite expensive, so it is not very popular. Although killing toads with guns is not easy, professional hunters can easily take down toads with just one shot. Trapping and cane toad capture are direct methods of control, often involving the large Australian farming community. Volunteers go out at night with lights and capture cane toads by hand. Once collected, the toads are humanely disposed of in accordance with animal welfare standards. So, what effects do cane toads have on agriculture and the livestock industry in Australia? Although cane toads were originally introduced to control agricultural pests, they have also become a pest. Cane toads do not significantly reduce insect populations, but instead cause problems for livestock, especially if animals come into contact with the toads or their toxins. In particular, livestock and poultry are also negatively affected by toad populations. Not only that, toads also affect feed storage areas, causing large amounts of livestock or poultry feed to spoil, causing a direct impact on the farm owner's economy. Cane toads eat a variety of insects and small animals, causing a decline in the food source for native species and disrupting local ecosystems. Cane toads secrete a potent toxin from their parotid glands that can be fatal to animals that attempt to eat them. Many native Australian predators such as snakes, lizards, birds, and even crocodiles have died after eating cane toads, leading to a decline in their populations. While cane toads are not a direct threat to human health, their toxins can harm pets and children who come into contact with them. Due to the above threats, cane toads are believed to have impacted indigenous communities, especially those who rely on hunting native wildlife for food and cultural practices. Measures to reduce cane toads have been applied by Australian farmers for nearly a decade, but have not really eliminated this species. Because cane toads are extremely difficult to eradicate due to their high reproductive rates, on average female toads can lay up to 30,000 eggs at a time, and in particular, they have the ability to adapt to many different environments. Therefore, the problem of controlling cane toads has become increasingly complicated and difficult. So, why don't Australians eat toads to reduce invasion? The main reason is that cane toads have toxins similar to pufferfish. This amphibian secretes a very strong toxin called bufotoxin, which is secreted from the salivary glands behind the eyes. This toxin can cause serious illness or death in most animals, including humans, if ingested. This poison affects the heart and can lead to cardiac arrest, making the consumption of cane toads extremely dangerous. Because of their toxicity, Australians do not dare to eat them. But, in contrast to Australians, toads are a favorable dish of Vietnamese people and some Southeast Asian regions. Vietnamese farmers are very skillful in processing toads. They know how to remove the toxins and process them into delicious dishes. Vietnamese people have eaten toad meat for decades. This is a quite expensive dish and is considered a specialty in many regions. Even the number of toads in the wild has decreased sharply because they are used as food. According to research, toad meat contains higher amounts of protein and zinc than other types of meat such as beef and pork. So, it is used to improve the health of people and children with rickets, malnutrition, and slow growth. Specifically, in 100 grams of toad meat, there are 55.4 grams of protein and 65 milligrams of zinc. However, to prepare toads into a dish, the processors need to have experience in preparing them because they are no different from the Japanese pufferfish dish. The toad's internal organs and skin are carefully removed to avoid harm to health. If Australians knew how to process toad meat, surely they would not have become an invasive species, right? Welcome to the American West, where brave and talented cowboys perform special tasks. Have you ever wondered how Western cowboys can tame wild cows on horseback? Without modern machinery, they can still control the ferocious cows. Today, we will explore the ultimate skills of these Western cowboys. Let's follow this journey. Since the late 19th century, cowboys have become an indispensable part of cattle raising activities on large ranches in the American West. On the vast grasslands, cows are often led to roam freely to find their own food. Therefore, cowboys must master the skills of controlling and taming the herd when necessary. Cowboy culture is not only a job, but also a way of life, a symbol of freedom and adventure. How can cowboys control and tame wild cows? Western cowboys tame cows on horseback with a perfect combination of technique and instinct. The cowboys' cow taming process begins with the discovery and approach of the cow herd. Then, they will seek to control the cows rhythmically. To do that, they need to create harmony between man and horse. When moving through the grasslands, precise reins and gentle spurs help create flexible movements, leading the herd in the desired direction.
What's that? Oh yeah.
After choosing the right cow, the cowboy begins to prepare the noose throwing technique. One of the skills related to the noose is called trick roping, in which the cowboy performs movements by spinning the noose in the air before wrapping it around the cow's neck. From horseback, the cowboy must not only adjust the force of the throw, but also calculate the distance and direction of the charging cow. With decisive and skillful movements, they create a perfect rope, tying it around the neck of the cow in a split second. After successfully controlling it, the cowboy quickly uses his skillful skills to knock down the cow, creating a situation of complete control. Sometimes, wild cows can be tied to all four legs or tied to a tree, tiring them out before the cowboy leads them back home. So, why do cowboys have to capture these cows? There are many important reasons related to cattle management and conservation. In the past, wild cows living in the wild needed to be captured to bring them to the ranch to domesticate and reproduce, helping to increase the gene pool and ensure the maintenance of the herd. In addition, semi-wild cows, raised on large grasslands, also need to be captured to transport to the ranch or sell at the market.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Additionally, we hire cowboys.
Domesticating cattle not only helps ranchers maintain their herds, but also helps them control and protect their herds. This ensures a steady income for farmers and cowboys, helping them maintain their livelihoods. However, the most common demand today comes from the federal government. They need to remove wild cattle from public lands for ecological or even safety reasons. Therefore, cowboys are often paid to do this. When taming wild cattle from horseback, cowboys face many potential dangers. One of the biggest risks is being attacked by cows. When panicked, cows can react unexpectedly, attack cowboys, and cause serious, even life-threatening injuries. Besides, riding and running at high speed is also a constant danger. They have to be very careful not to fall off the horse or be thrown to the ground, which can lead to serious injuries. All of this requires cowboys to have courage and skillful skills to ensure their safety. But how do cowboys get so good at taming wild cows? It all starts with rigorous training. They start by learning how to ride well, developing a bond and understanding with their horse. Then, cowboys practice lassoing, a technique that requires precision and agility. They often spend hours practicing this move, from adjusting the distance to calculating the speed of the cow, helping them become proficient at catching cows. Cowboys will have to start their training with farm-raised cows or small, non-aggressive cows. The training process will take place regularly until they can handle the situation proficiently. But it is not that simple. Those skills will need to continue to be perfected throughout life. Although times have changed, the work of cowboys still plays an important role in the modern livestock industry. They continue to use traditional techniques, but with the support of technology, work efficiency has been significantly improved. Today's cowboys are not only cattle herders, but also modern ranch managers. With the technique of taming cows from horseback, Western cowboys have become symbols of courage and freedom in American culture. What do you think about this? Leave a comment to let us know. Do you know which region has the largest horse meat processing and exporting industry in the world? It is not China or Europe, but South America has traditionally been the world's largest exporter of horse meat. With a long history of horse and cattle farming, countries like Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil have become major players in the global horse meat industry. Join us as we explore South America's largest horse meat processing plant. The tradition of horse breeding in South America began in the 16th century when Spanish and Portuguese settlers arrived and brought horses with them. Over time, the growing horse population combined with the vast grasslands of the region led to the development of a strong horse industry. Since then, horses have been an integral part of the economy and culture of the region. Horse meat processing plants in South America are primarily dedicated facilities designed to slaughter, process, and package horse meat. These plants adhere to strict hygiene and food safety regulations, ensuring that the meat quality meets international standards. The process begins with the humane slaughter of the horses, followed by careful inspection and grading of the meat. Finally, the meat may be further processed before being packaged and prepared for export. These plants often operate in regions with long-standing cattle and horse farming traditions. Integrating horse meat processing into the broader meat industry in South America allows these plants to benefit from existing infrastructure, a skilled workforce, and a regulatory framework governing meat production. The horse meat industry is an important economic sector in South America, especially in rural areas where agriculture and livestock farming are dominant. Horse meat plants provide employment and support local economies, providing jobs and stable income for millions of people. In areas where livestock farming is the main occupation, horse meat processing is a complementary activity that helps diversify income sources for farmers. The horse meat export market in South America is also very stable, with European countries such as Belgium, France, and Italy being the main importers. The demand for horse meat in these regions is driven by cultural preferences, where horse meat is considered a delicacy and a traditional food item. One of the reasons South America exports the most horse meat in the world is because of the low cost of raising horses. The region has abundant natural pastures and a favorable climate, making horse meat production less expensive than other regions. In addition, horse meat consumption is also increasing because South Americans believe that eating horse meat improves their health. Horse meat is leaner and less fatty than other red meats, which appeals to health-conscious consumers. Furthermore, the environmental impact of horse meat production in South America is generally lower than that of other types of livestock production. Horses require less feed and water than cows and goats, and they are often raised on natural pastures rather than grazing. This reduces the environmental impact of horse meat production, making it a more sustainable choice for many farms. One of the biggest challenges facing the horse meat industry is closely related to ethical issues. In some regions, notably North America and the UK, the consumption of horse meat is taboo, leading to criticism from animal rights activists. Issues such as the treatment of horses during transport, the conditions under which they are kept before slaughter, and the methods used in slaughterhouses are all areas of concern and controversy.
Le combat est inévitable.
Despite these concerns, the horse meat industry in South America continues to thrive, thanks to demand from countries where horse meat is culturally accepted and considered a delicacy. We have just explored the large-scale horse meat processing plants in South America. How do you feel about today's video? Leave your comments below to let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to receive the latest notifications. Now, goodbye and see you all again.